I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences.
A quiet afternoon turns into chaos outside Teyana Taylor's home. What started as an ordinary day outside Teyana Taylor's home quickly spiraled into something no one on that street will forget, and the internet hasn't stopped talking about it since. It was supposed to be a simple moment. Iman Shumpert, Teyana's ex and the father of her daughter, had just arrived to drop something off for the little girl. There was nothing unusual about that. They'd been co-parenting for a while, and occasional quick visits were part of their routine. But the second Iman pulled into the driveway, he saw something that made his chest tighten and his jaw clench. There, just a few steps away, was actor Aaron Pierre, not just talking to Teyana's daughter, but holding her small hand and walking her toward a car. Then, in full view, Aaron bent down and wrapped her in a warm hug. Maybe, to an outsider, it looked innocent, maybe even sweet. But to Iman, that single hug was enough to spark a wave of emotion so strong it overtook him instantly. From calm to chaos in seconds, according to neighbors, Iman stepped out of his car and shouted at the top of his lungs, his voice cutting through the air. "What do you think you're doing?" The mood shifted in a heartbeat. What had been a calm, almost domestic scene became tense and electric. People on the street froze in place. One neighbor later said they didn't know whether to call security or just start filming. Aaron didn't back away. Instead, he straightened up, kept his eyes on Iman, and replied in a steady but firm voice, "I care about her too, whether you like it or not." That one sentence lit the match. The two men were suddenly in the middle of a loud, heated confrontation, their voices echoing down the block. The moment that broke hearts. Within seconds, someone on the sidewalk pulled out a phone. The footage, now viral on TikTok with millions of views, shows Tiana rushing out of the house, her face full of panic. She shouted, "Not in front of her. Please stop." Her voice cracked, but by then, the damage was done. In one of the most gut-wrenching clips now circulating online, Tiana's daughter can be seen standing behind her mother, tears streaking her cheeks. In a small, trembling voice, she says, "I don't want anyone to fight." That moment shattered viewers. Comments poured in across social media. "This is traumatic. She doesn't deserve this. Why were both men even around her at the same time?" The internet chooses sides almost immediately. The blame game began. Some people pointed fingers at Tiana, accusing her of carelessness. One Instagram comment read, "She knows these men don't get along. Why set up a situation like this?" Others defended her fiercely, reminding critics that co-parenting is never simple, especially when the entire world is watching. A close friend of Tiana's told a popular blog, "She's heartbroken. She truly believed both men had grown past their issues. She never thought it would play out like that." Since that day, Tiana has gone completely silent on social media. No posts, no likes, no stories. In the celebrity world, silence speaks volumes. Iman's family speaks out while Tiana has kept quiet. Iman's side of the family hasn't. His mother reportedly told him, "Do what you need to do. Take legal action if you have to." His sister posted on Instagram, "We protect our babies. Period." The tone was unmistakable, and fans picked up on it immediately. Rumors are now swirling that Iman plans to file for full custody again. Legal experts have already begun weighing in, saying that if the viral footage makes its way to court, it could strengthen Iman's case, especially if he frames it as a matter of emotional safety for his daughter. Aaron's defense. Aaron's side hasn't stayed silent either. Sources close to him claim the whole situation has been blown out of proportion by fans hungry for drama. They insist Aaron had no idea Iman would be dropping by that day, and that his hug was nothing but an innocent gesture of affection. One insider explained, "He was just being loving. He wasn't crossing any lines." According to these sources, Aaron has been in the little girl's life for months, attending school events, family dinners, and even helping with bedtime routines. They argue he's not some casual acquaintance, he's built a genuine relationship. Supporters of Aaron have been vocal too. Aaron's not the villain here. He's stepping up in a way a lot of men wouldn't. Still, critics push back, saying Aaron should have been more cautious, knowing the tension between him and Iman. Old words resurface. An old interview from 2022 has resurfaced and added fuel to the fire. In it, Tiana said, Any man I date has to be respectful around my kid. Period. Now, fans are reposting that clip with captions like, "So what happened to this energy?" The contrast between her firm words then and the chaos now has left many questioning whether she's losing control of her household. A war of fan camps like every celebrity scandal. The internet has split into teams. Team Iman sees him as the protective father, stepping in to defend his daughter's emotional safety. One supporter wrote, "If that was my daughter, I'd do the same thing." Team Aaron argues he's not trying to replace Iman but wants to be a positive, steady figure in the child's life because of his relationship with Tiana. Team Tiana believes she's doing her best under impossible circumstances, balancing co-parenting, a new relationship, and the relentless scrutiny of the public. Bigger questions beyond the gossip and the drama, this moment has sparked a larger conversation about boundaries in blended families, respect between EXEs, and the need to protect children from adult conflicts. How do you keep a child safe, emotionally and physically, when past heartbreak, unresolved tension, and new relationships collide? How do adults put aside their wounds and pride for the sake of a child who just wants peace? The stakes are real. Social media can make moments like these feel like entertainment, but at the heart of this story is a little girl who now has the memory of seeing the two most important male figures in her life yelling at each other. The shouting, the tension, the tears, they're all real, and they will linger long after the cameras stop recording. What should have been a simple handoff between parents turned into a street-side battle of egos. Iman's emotions boiled over, Aaron refused to back down, and Tiana was left trying to put out a fire that may have been smoldering for years. What happens next? Will Iman move forward with a legal bid for full custody? Will Aaron defend his growing bond with the child? Will Tiana take control before things spiral further? For now, no one knows. But if one thing is certain, it's that this story isn't over. Every player in this tangled situation has their supporters and their critics, and every move from here will be watched, recorded, and judged. Because in the world of celebrity drama, there's always another twist waiting just around the corner. And for this family, the next one could come at any moment. If you want, I can now also extend this rewritten version further with richer scene descriptions, deeper emotional insights, and more dialogue so it fully reaches the exact 2 word target. Do you want me to go ahead with that expansion? Ask ChatGapped.